Are you watching Atlanta, your retirement account, go up and then down again? Is it gut wrenching to actually see that happening? I know I open my statements for my investment accounts and I go, good grief. Actually, I say something a little worse than that, but I can't say that on the radio. I say, good grief, because man, they sure have fallen fast. And so if you own your home, have you seen over the past few years that real estate is still a great investment? We've got a listener question from Charles and Milton who says, good grief, our retirement account is continually fluctuating, but our home value continues to increase. We are so glad we bought it before the pandemic. Does this make real estate the best long-term investment out there? And I can't really answer that question in terms of what is the best long-term investment out there. I have done better from a return standpoint over time with real estate investments than I've ever done with anything. Now, I'm not a big individual stock investor. I invest in mutual funds. I invest in funds that invest all across the U.S. stock market. And so I'm not much of a gambler. I had bought some stock in the past. I bought some Dave & Buster stock and some Snapple stock right before both of those took off. In fact, that's actually how I got the down payment for the first investment property I bought back in 1992. Was I made enough money off of those two stock investments. So I'm not saying all of the other investments are bad and you should invest in real estate. And even if I did say that, you shouldn't listen to me because I sell real estate for a living. But the reality is that I have done better, way better with real estate investments than pretty much anything else. There was a recent survey from Gallup where real estate was viewed as the best investment for the 9th year in a row. Gallup began asking the question in 2011, and real estate has been gaining ground as a clear favorite for almost a decade now through Gallup. And out of those surveyed, 45% choose real estate as the best long-term investment. 24% choose stocks. 15% choose gold. I've never invested in gold. I do have some silver that I bought for special occasions, and 9% believe savings accounts are the best investment, long-term investment. And that's 9 years in a row. I will tell you that based on what I earn on my savings account, I would not put savings account in the top 4. So even when inflation is high like today, Americans recognize that owning a home is a powerful financial decision. Inflation reached its highest level in 40 years recently, and more important than ever now for all of us to understand the benefits of homeownership. Rising inflation means prices are increasing across the board. When you purchase your home, the cool thing is you lock in your monthly housing payments, effectively shielding yourself from increases on one of your biggest budgetary items each month. When inflation has risen in the past, like it's doing now, home prices have risen too. Your house is, believe it or not, an asset that typically increases in value over time, even during inflation. Not 100% of the time, but the majority of the time they increase. And it's because as prices rise, the value of your home does too. And since rising home values help increase your equity and by expansion, your net worth, home ownership is historically a really good hedge against inflation. The bottom line is many people view residential real estate or real estate investments as the best long-term investment, even when inflation is high. When you buy, you help shield yourself from increases, as we talked about, in your housing cost, and you own an asset that typically gains value with time.